What's up guys, Nate here. This is a little video showcasing off some cards that I might be grading. I do have a video coming up soon showing a complete Expedition, Aquapolis, Skyridge, as well as Vending Series 1, 2, 3 in their entirety as a non-holo set. So there's a few cards that I pulled out that I'm probably gonna grade. These cards specifically, if you look at all the corners, I have these marked and they're right side up if they are worth grading, meaning that they're worth it in a 8, 9, or 10. This one actually looks pretty clean. Cards like this Charizard, it might be worth grading even in a 6 or 7, but I've only pulled out cards. I don't know why it's not really focusing too much there. Let me see if I can get it there. There we go. I guess that's a little better. But see, some of them have little marks like that. But overall, pretty solid. So yeah, this card, might not scoot by in a 9 or a 10, but it's well worth grading. Pretty much any Charizard nowadays that's decently old. This one, corners actually look pretty good, little ding down there. So knowing me, I would assume this would be a PSA 9 back in the day, but nowadays I would probably guess an 8, and I would almost hope for or be prepared for a 7 because PSA is grading so hard today, especially WotC. So yeah, these look really clean. Gengar, kind of like same situation with the Charizard, unless they are absolutely trash condition, probably worth grading. This one has a little edge wear on the bottom there, but this one is actually really solid as well. And then you have the old Mew, another case of a super popular Pokemon, worth grading. Yeah, pretty much worth it no matter what. Looks like there's a little ding down there. I'll have to look at that. This card is upside down because I am not sure. So if you ever see a upside down card in this video, I'm not sure. So this one looks clean, but it might only be worth it in a 10 or a 9. So I put it upside down so I can double check it as I'm going through these and sending them in. So I'll pull those out. Like this Bulbasaur, it's a really popular Bulbasaur, but once again, there's some dings down there in the bottom left and even right here. So I think this card is worth it in a 9 or a 10, but granted how hard they're grading nowadays, would probably not be worth it as a 8. So same with the Charmander. I had him upside down. Really cool looking Charmander, but it's not absolutely perfect. So I have to make a judgment call if that is going to get a 9 and be worth the risk. Here we have another upside down card, Cyndaquil. All these starters are really great. This one actually looks really clean, so that might be worth sending in. I'm gonna check these out a little bit off camera as well. And of course, every time I do a PSA submission, I'm gonna get back into the habit of sending cards and making videos of PSA condition cards that I send off and get back in return. This Magikarp, it's got a few dings, but this one is actually worth it to send in as a 9, I believe. What was that last card? That was, yeah, Cyndaquils were upside down. Arcanine, it's a really good one to send in. Really clean on this one. It's got a little ding, probably 9 worthy. Espeon, obviously evolutions are pretty solid and probably will be for quite some time. Yeah, like I said, any of these that I'm sending in, I'm basically making sure it's worth it in a 9 because, there's no guarantees, especially with the PSA nowadays. This one's upside down because I remember this holo is really expensive, but this non-holo, not so much. I put this one upside down because it's definitely worth it, any card's worth it in a 10 pretty much. Yeah, this one, maybe there was not that many sales, but I was surprised at what the PSA 9 price was on that, so need to look into that a little more. Gengar, obviously solid to send in. Love that artwork. Gyarados, the meanest looking Gyarados there ever was. And of course, the big boy, Umbreon. Not so much the big boy in these sets, but definitely a top card as far as the non-holos go. Some of the holos in this set get really ridiculous. I think these are all upside down for the most part. There's a couple that are not, so I guess I'll keep going through them. But we have Vending Series. These, pretty much all Vending Series cards are really worth it in a strong grade, 9 or 10. But, you know, with the nature of the Vending Series, where you had to peel off the cards, there's almost like different standards to grade by. You have to look at like the edges and how raised the edges are. It's kind of a unique problem only to Vending Series. So they are difficult to grade. This Chansey is usually a no-brainer, but it might be a little off-center and has a ding, so that's why it's upside down. Same with Eevee, I think. It's got a little mark, yeah, same spot, and down here. So that I might actually not grade that one. Snorlax, though, this one is a no-brainer. This card, I guess it's just the almost like charcoal / heavy crayon art style. This is one of the more desirable Snorlax cards. So yeah, this one is pretty much worth grading no matter what. Anything above like 4 or 5 condition. Then we have Growlithe. This one must be pretty clean. Yeah. Because yeah, like these, you know, middle evolution cards that are semi-decent, they must be really clean for me to judge them worthy to be graded. Nice little Mewtwo here. Mewtwo's obviously one to take a look at. Little mark up there, but pretty solid. And last but not least, we have a big boy here. This is a Uyama's Pikachu. This is from the extra cards in Vending Series 3. On Vending Series 3, they had one of the 4 cards with this special back, and it was almost like a subset of Vending Series. So you had like 3 cards, one here, one here, one here, I think, and then the bottom right, I believe, was this. But yeah, you had a chance to get this card, and this is probably the most expensive card out of all of Vending. It might be a little off-center. It's really hard to tell because of the wavy borders, but this one does look quite a bit more thick than that side. It is really clean otherwise. So this one, absolutely. This is a card, you know, even with a crease on it, it's worth sending it in because, yeah, you will get a little premium no matter what. So very popular card, and maybe he'll be the old thumbnail there if I can get it to focus in. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. I will see you in the next one, and we'll show off the sets as a whole. Peace.